Hey guys, today I'm gonna share a pretty interesting idea, how to turn an old spray can into a temporary welding machine. With just a few simple steps, you'll have a handy little tool that's both practical and satisfying to make with your own hands. First, I'll mark 1/3 of the bottle, then cut off the rest. The remaining part will be the body of our temporary welding machine. After cutting, the edge looks a bit rough, so I'll trim it a little to smooth it out. That way it feels better to hold and looks cleaner overall. Next, I'll tidy up the edge to make it less sharp and look a bit cleaner. You guys can just watch and take a look for reference. You can see the sharp edge has been folded neatly inward. That way when welding there's no risk of it scratching or cutting your hand. Moving on to the next step, I'll drill a hole the same size as the spark plug thread, right at the spot I just marked. This is the spark plug I mentioned earlier. The hole I just drilled fits perfectly with its thread, but we don't need to use it just yet. Let's set it aside for now. In my hand is a single core wire. Now I'll connect one end of the wire to the spark plug thread, and the other end to its body. This method is simple but effective. The goal is to create a stable electrical path between the spark plug's thread and its body, allowing a spark to form when activated. It's a common approach in DIY ignition setups or when demonstrating the basic principle of welding devices. Once the connections are made, tighten the spark plug connection firmly so the welding tip makes solid contact with the wire. And remember, disconnect power first and wear gloves and safety glasses. Next, I've got a longer wire for the power feed. For now I'll attach one end, any end, to the spark plug's ground terminal and leave the other end aside to finish later. Now I'll wrap some tape around the connection point for safety, then secure it into the hole we drilled on the bottle. For the other end of the wire, I'll attach a crocodile clip to make future connections easier. This one will go directly to the positive terminal of the power source. With just a small battery like this, we can use the core inside as the welding tip for our homemade welder. It's simple, easy to find, and works surprisingly well. Removing the battery casing and taking out the core is pretty simple, so you can skip through this part to keep things moving. Now I'll give it a quick clean to make sure there's no conductive powder or dust left on the battery core. Next, I'll grind one end of the battery core to make a better contact surface for welding. After grinding, I'll fit the polished end tightly into the spark plug connector. So that's the connection to the positive terminal done. Now let's move on to the next step. In this step, I'll make a wire with crocodile clips on both ends. This wire will be connected to the negative terminal of the power source. Here I have a 12V battery ready to power this homemade welding device. When the two terminals touch, sparks and heat appear. That's when I know our temporary welding device is working successfully. And coming up, I'll go quiet and do a few small tests on some metal pieces so you can see how effective the device is before trying it yourself. If you like it or not, drop a comment below. What do you think? If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Your feedback helps me improve and bring you even more interesting videos.